Okay, good. We'll still have a few more coming on, but I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to go through this training program. It's going to be so important to understand every facet of what's available in your all-in-one platform. Just to set the stage, the meetings that we have on a weekly basis, these meetings are designed to go through all the new programs and all the new apps. We're going to go one by one. And during the meetings, when we finish, you can ask questions and whatnot. But we're going to go on through. There's a lot of information to cover. There may be some of you on the call that are new. You have tutorials and videos and this live training that you can refer back to. And we'd like for you to look at all of the tutorials so that you can get up to date to exactly where we are. Today, we're going to go into some of our information with regard to building fast funnels. We're going to talk about websites, and we're going to have a little conversation about AEO. That's Ask Engine Optimization or Answer Engine Optimization. Today, everybody is asking Siri, they're asking Google, they're asking ChatGPT, but it's different from what an individual would do if they were typing. So there's an entirely different language now that we have to tune our models to. The programs that you have now on your dashboard still being trained. We can train and customize apps for any individual business. You'll see a couple of examples today of a business that has been structured, but let's jump right into it. Let's look at the fast funnel. You're here on the dashboard, and as you look at your dashboard, you're going to see the training, live trainings. The recordings will be there. You have customer support. Your AI customer support covers everything that you need to know. We always ask that you go to support with questions, and you can ask questions about anything on this platform. And then there are tutorials for all of the apps that are in there, or most of them anyway. And on your desktop, you will also see our community tab. In the community tab is where you're going to go and just kind of let people know what kind of successes you're having. You're going to go and see what some of your colleagues are experiencing. And you can also ask questions in the community. We really do encourage you to go into the community. But let's take a look first at the fast funnels, because building funnels is significant for business. And I'll share with you, it's rather costly. But that's why smaller businesses or startups were never able to really compete with their competitors simply because of the cost involved and the complicated process that it consists of when we look at actually setting up a funnel and working with the details regarding that funnel. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to click on Fast Funnels. And in the Fast Funnel tab here, you'll see Create a Funnel. And I'll go to Create a Funnel using AI. And in the funnel, you'll simply put your business name in. You'll put an image in, or you can put a website in. For this particular funnel today for our exercise, I am going to put my funeral home in. And from that simple information, they scrub the website. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me back that up. Cut that out, put that in the right place. One of the most important things for most of you is that you don't have to be a computer specialist. Here. Now I have the website in. And what it will actually do is gather the information from the website and build your funnel for you. The call to action has to be set up. So we're going to just simply say, call us. We're a funeral home. The business logo, you'll go in and you will select a file. The logo is not readily available. So I'm going to use a live training file for the business logo. Your business email and your business phone number is placed in there. And you simply go next. You will select a template. You select the template of your choosing. My gosh, the phone doesn't matter. I'll select this template here. More templates are coming, and you can start from scratch. Now, this process in building this funnel is scraping my website, getting all the information so that it can present properly. This will automatically be set up so that it is prepared for the search engine optimization with so many of the taglines and things that are needed so that you can be found on the website in Google searches and in Siri searches and things of that nature. You know, it doesn't matter if you have a website if nobody can find you. It doesn't matter if you have a funnel that doesn't function fast and quick. Our system is set up so it does just that. Now, while this funnel is being created, I'm going to jump off here and let's talk about funnels just a little bit. When we look at funnels and how important they are for business people, it becomes so important to understand exactly what it's all about because it's not new. You know, you've been involved with it. You've actually clicked onto funnels yourself in the process. A sales funnel represents the journey potential customers go through before making a purchase. It consists of stages like awareness, interest, decision, and then action. You know, they have to have enough information to make a decision to purchase your product, especially in this day and time with so much information out there and so much fraudulent information. So they're going to not really buy maybe the first time. That's why it's so challenging now, you know, to be able to call your customer to you. You prepare a product and then you call your customer. You'll find people that are interested in your product and not trying to sell people who have no interest. But your funnel gives them a good understanding of what your product is all about. It improves your conversion rates by analyzing and optimizing each part of your funnel. Your strategic communication. The funnels allow you to complete targeted messages, improving the engagement of your community, those who you only come in contact with once, or those who you've serviced, so that you can continue to service those individuals and keep your customers. Customer retention, so important. Customers come, customers go. If you are constantly in touch with them, then you're at top of mind. And that's what professional marketing does for you. But the one thing that I share with so many of the friends that I work with and some of the people on our platform is that you can do as much as you possibly can. There's only so much time in a day, only so many days in a week. Now, time runs out. But when you can automate your system and you can have things working while you're doing something else, or maybe even while you're asleep, that matters. That's what a funnel does for you. It sends emails, targeted emails, and text messages while you may be asleep or doing something else. But you're working and you have this assistant that's working for you. That's the AI. You know, in the past, some of these systems were so complicated that it was very costly. The minds that put the scripts together, the emails that went out, the thought processes that were required. That's what changed the entire market because now you can simply go to AI and you can pull the references that you need. The knowledge base is there now for anybody who due diligent to get the information they need to be successful in whatever adventure they might have taken on. But when we look a little farther, the thing that a lot of people don't understand is the associated costs. Why do the smaller businesses never really get to the point where they're huge? Well, the larger companies spend thousands of dollars, and they have for years on advertising, funnels, and websites, and making sure that it's search engine optimized and that everything is just perfect. And they continue to pay money, $3,000 to $5,000 a month, and sometimes much larger investments for what this platform will allow you to do without that financial investment. Let's look at the financial aspects of this. A funnel strategy and design can run anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000, depending on the complexity and the customization that the individual might select. The CRM, the customer relations management system, the integration like HubSpot, like Salesforce, you're going to pay $500 to $2,500 a month to activate those programs and automate those programs. Consistently, the cost rises. But because of AI, you're now able to take advantage of something this complex and what was so expensive at $29.99 a month. Now, for those who listen at this later on, it won't be $29.99 a month, but it will be worth whatever you invest, because it's thousands of dollars that has been invested, and it would be thousands of dollars for any individual business that would try and get the complexity that's involved with these programs. Your branding and graphic design, your landing pages, who are going to craft your emails, where your photos going to come from, all of those things are involved when we look at building that funnel. Now, we're going to look at a funeral home. In regard to a funeral home and a funnel, the aftercare that's so needed once you do a funeral for a family. The service doesn't end when the funeral ends. There's a consistent chain of emails that will be sent out on your behalf, automated. Those emails will have simple messages that help you get your Google ratings up. Those simple messages also pay tribute to the deceased loved one on their birthday, reminders on holidays, different things of that nature. In your email campaign, they will also get information on getting their affairs back together, resources, links where they can click and start to get answers to questions they may not have had answers to. They can also find out how they might be able to get legal representation and things of that nature from links that are going to be tied into your email. That is service past the service. And so many families need this service. Even the thought of grief counseling and things like that. You never know what someone's going through when they lose a loved one. Everybody goes through differently. But when we look at the guided journey that your email campaign allows your funeral home to complete with services, your follow-up is done. Now, revenue resources, you're going to have funeral services, from other family members who heard about you because someone was speaking on you when you sent an email and they were sitting down having conversation with someone else. Memorial products. Your emails can later, if you sell memorial products, urns and memorials and bronzes and tombstones, then you can have communication go back out regarding that. A lot of that can't be done immediately. You wouldn't want to do that on a funeral call, but you might drop the notion and then let them know you're going to send them some information that'll save them a lot of money on their memorial purchase or whatever you might have that can give a real benefit to the bottom line for that family. Offering cremation services, making certain that everybody knows cremation is available. Pre-planning, letting them know that they can pre-plan. After a death and a loss, many families would like to pre-arrange, but they don't have an opportunity to do so. A lot of funeral homes still don't have a pre-need program, but in that pre-need opportunity that should be presented for every family is an opportunity to secure their families and also to secure the future of your funeral home. So if we look closer at the entirety of it, it's not just funeral homes, because any business can benefit from an active email campaign that's automated. Let's just say it's an auto mechanic, a sales funnel, upselling. You can do loyalty programs. But if you put an effective campaign together, which I will show you one, you can get additional repair services. You can sell maintenance packages, sell parts, or specialty services, because now you have a customer base. As it stands, most businesses, small businesses, they're just waiting for somebody to come. And they have a few customers that come all the time if something happens. But you have the opportunity to have hundreds, even thousands of customers in your database because of an effective email campaign. People who came through, people who attended a service, people who got their car fixed, people who drove by, because you'll put a QR code with your funnel and they can click on your QR code from just about anywhere. Anywhere you place your QR code, in your funeral home, in the bathroom, even some funeral homes will, but make sure the family can just click on and get that QR code, and it leads them to the funnel with consistent information that's going to consistently go out to the family with regard to where they came from. If they called you and they were about to have a service and didn't come, you send a few emails afterwards before they select another funeral home. If they came by and had the car fixed, you're going to send something out about what you can do for the next repair that might be necessary, and talk about the education that could be offered simply by the knowledge that you share with them through certain emails about how important it is to make an oil change. I mean, I'm just speaking in general, but this serves any business. Once you have an effective email campaign, you now have a customer base. And with social media and free advertising, you can grow that base almost as large as you would want to. Effective email campaigns and funnels make it possible for the small to mid-sized business to actually compete with those big guys. Engaging in educational, service, and upselling, all of those things are so important. But when we look at what we actually have our hands on here, you can see a $3,000 savings right up front. You know, I use the smallest figures for the services that you're going to be able to take advantage of on this platform in this particular conversation, because you have other resources, additional resources, still for that same cost. There are no upcharges in this program. All industries can use marketing, text, AI all in one platform. Consolidating those tools all in one place make a significant difference, because you don't have to fumble around and buy different $18 here, $25 there, $35 there for different programs. All of it's in one hub. You can not only strategically grow your business, but harnessing the capabilities of AI, you can now have tailored processes, and the program learns your business. It's phenomenal what we're able to accomplish. This was not available in the past, ladies and gentlemen, and I will share with you, we've done a lot on my side with what AI has brought to the table. And again, you don't have to be a computer savvy individual. You don't have to be the sharpest knife in the drawer. All you have to do is watch those tutorials and ask questions. You don't have to write any codes for these programs. We're still building this funnel. They said it could take up to 5 minutes. Let's take a look at something else while we're going there. Hold on. When we look at the tutorials, let's take a look. All the applications that you see, it can be confusing. They all won't be on this program later. Now, you'll never lose yours, but later on, they're going to be segmented, and there'll be a few apps for each individual need or each individual business. But we're now rolling this out, and you are part of the rollout crew. So you grow as we grow. When we build a new app, you're going to have the opportunity to get that as well. There's so many ads out there today where they give you a lifetime membership for $59, lifetime. Well, when we look at AI and what's happening and how quick it's evolving, a lifetime membership may be 30 days. And that's the life of it. And then you're trying to figure out how you can get to something else. I purchased some of those myself, and it can be kind of disheartening. Let's wait a few minutes, and our funnel should be prepared shortly. Dashboard and all the tools that are available. Motion Maker. I'll just stop there for a second. We're going to go through all of these step by step. You ask questions. And, you know, as part of the first crew, we can even jump on individual sessions, and I can maybe do it for you, because some of it's not that complicated. And again, I'm going to tell you, I'm not a computer specialist or anything, but just following simple directions. When you look at those tutorials, you just pause it and do what they showed you on the tutorial. And then go a little farther, pause it, and do the same thing. Same you're going to do with this video recording here. But we have templates here where you can put your business in Black Friday and uh, talk about technology. You can change those pictures. You still get the same motion and action, advertising products with different bling, something that catches eye. One of the reasons why it matters significantly is because everybody is just scrolling. If those two shoes were just sitting somewhere, some people would look because of the color of those shoes. But if you just had a pair of shoes and then you surrounded it with the background, something active as this, then people will stop. And that's what you want them to do. You want them to stop scrolling and look at what you're offering, look at what your program has to offer. Okay. And there we have the phone that has been prepared. Uh, Simple directions. To edit that funnel, you go here where it says edit the page, and I'll show you how to put some pictures and things in there. But over here, your automations. This is where you set up your email campaign. You have the privilege to put products here. And then, of course, publishing all your new changes that you might make to your funnel. The settings, your contacts, people who are contacting and touching into the page and answering the questions on your landing page. But let's take a look and let's look at the editing of the page. So now we have the actual website. Uh, this has been prepared now by AI. And it pulled a you can change these backgrounds. It pulled a picture. Don't go broke on the loved one. Choose Cooper Professional Funerals for affordable and respectful ceremonies. Celebrate a well-lived life with compassionate, affordable funerals. But there's my website. They scarred this from my website and they put it into this funnel information. 30 years, the details. You got pictures that they pulled. It's operating really slow. It's my computer. But now here where you have services, uh, free memorials, these taglines here, subtitles, make a big difference in you being found online. Those things have to be in place. All of those little things that we don't know anything about have to be in place for you to have an effective campaign. But let's take a look here. So we have a picture here, and this is talking about Cooper. So this particular picture, I want to change this picture. So let me use this one. So now they have this picture of Cooper, the background there. I maybe want another background. Let's see what I can put back there. Now over here, where it says image, you'll click on image, and here you'll see images. Okay. Now go back out of there. You see images. Get rid of the one that's there. Disappear. I click images again, and I have a chance to click here, and I can upload an image, or I can go over here for images that were previously uploaded. So I'll go here and I'll upload an image. I have a few in download. And this first image, okay, sorry about that. I don't even remember what the image was supposed to be. Okay. Hey. Cancel that first. Okay. Free memorial slideshow creation service. So now let's go into that picture. Memorial cremation service. Memorial creation service. You guys have to give me a break here. Memorial, there's a good picture. So we'll let that represent that complimentary grief counseling session. I like using the real life images. A lot of people are using the other ones, but that's not what I had in mind. Here we have grief counseling session. You guys got to bear with me here. Grief counseling session. So now I'm just looking for a picture that has something to do with counseling. And that can be it right there. Grief counseling picture. Here we have a custom memorial photo book. Go from there to the custom memorial photo book. But as you can see, you can choose a picture from anything that you may have in your database, or you can create new pictures. That's a privilege that we have. Here we have the hyper realistic images that you can create, and you gain the rights to those images. You don't have to worry about copyright infringement or things of that nature. You gain the right to those images. But as you can see, we're able to change all the images. If you like, you can change the background. Here we go. Image, background, image. Click on image, and you can throw an image in the background. Uh, Again, there are a lot of options for images in the background. You have to be careful because you can't just put anything back there. But something solemn sometimes will do really good. Let's see what this looks like. Not bad. And you can set that up now. As you can see here, you have repeat, which would make multiple pictures, position, top, left, bottom, right, size, automatic, so it fits the screen. Or you can have attachments fixed, or you can set up so it scrolls. So now this is scrolling along with the ads. But when I hit fixed, you'll notice that it stays in place. A lot of that makes a difference when you're looking at a website or a funnel on eye appeal. But here we say call us. Now we have what they call a benefit stack, financial relief. We partner with the insurance, and you just change those pictures out. You can change that background. Yes, add a background, add an image, pick from the images. We're talking about finance. Bam. Financial relief. Why choose us? All of this, valid service options, all of this from my email, from my website. All I did was put my website in there. But now you have, when they fill this out, they go into your email campaign. Okay? Into your email campaign. Once they fill this out, fill out the form to get in touch with us. And they may have a question about anything, but once they're in there, depending on where you had it, if it was in the funeral home, then your message would regard them visiting the funeral home. If it was in a church, you'd have it with regard to them visiting in the church. If you were some other business, wherever you had that, that's what that email would refer to. And then they have frequently asked questions. Again, those frequently asked questions on your website so that you can be found. This matters significantly in search engine optimization. You'll find answers to these questions, and these are questions that people have in their mind, but they're answered through your fact page. This is a part of your website, automatically built. Call us, your diagram or logo is at the bottom, your phone number, your email has been designed. So now we just look at setting up the email campaign for this funnel. And this is one funnel of many. As a matter of fact, we've set up one funnel, and we will do this for other businesses as well. If you're in the early group, which what this is for funeral directors, since we had a few of those guys, we set up a page that made it a little simpler than having to fish around for all of those applications. So here you have the memorial link. Funeral director, they just go in here, enter the deceased information. The emails are formulated here without having to go through another step, which is the step I'm going to go through for this next process. But that's just because when we get the bit, whether it's a service station or whatever it is, then we will build the app to simplify these tools. And that's what I meant when I say all these tools won't be together. Uh, but you have them all right now. And, not commonly known, but you can also white label these products. If you need information on that, you can ask after we finish this little session. But for the funeral directors, they create the craft email. That's for other emails. You can connect the chat box to the website. And there's a family guide that we offer, something that I had. It's an electronic family guide that helps them get their affairs in order. Family will have access to that. I'll send it to any family that needs it, any family we come in contact with. It can be what they call a lost leader, a reason why they have an opportunity to do business with you. And then email automations. So now from the funeral directors tab, we talk about some of the other programs in here, the apps that are good for the funeral home. And there's also a benefit stack and frequently asked questions there. Everything that you do online needs to have good information so that information can be found on the website. What's there? Just a little typing and whatnot that you might put in on things that like your vacation and stuff like that doesn't really matter. It's your business. What do you do? How can you help me? And write it so it can be found and so it can be picked up by search engines. But if it's for a funeral home on the simplified format, we hit start edits. And it takes you straight into where your email automations are. And of course, we'll do your first one too, but the emails are already there. So the automations are there. And for email campaign for the funeral home, here you show the campaign itself, but the first email that goes out apropos. We understand that this week has likely been one of the hardest of your life, and we want to extend our deepest condolences once again. And it just goes on to give more comfort to the family. When we look at the next email, it shows it's coming out a few days later, maybe 7 days. But now we start to talk about grief support, online counseling, and things of that nature. This is from the funeral home because you care. This is your communication. That's why the family now, if something happens or if they have this conversation, it's very likely that they'll bring your name up. And this is significant. And this is why you make the sacrifice, the investment to have an email campaign. But you want to put the personal touches on all of those emails. So you can edit these emails and you have the chance down here to show how many days the delay is. Like if it's on a Thursday, you got to put in how many days it is to Johnny's birthday. How many days are there before Christmas? How many days are there before the holiday? Because that's when that email is going to go out. You follow? And you can stop this video if you have to, but you go back and you put those numbers in right here when you're crafting the email and putting your phone number and whatnot into that email. You can even come back to the top. And again, it's important to know where all of these buttons are and where to go for a certain direction. At the top here, this would be your logo. You may want to put something behind the logo. Let's go with another background. This time, not an image, but maybe a gradient, as you can see. And that want to change the color of that. Let's go with some level of green since it's in the tree, something like that. And you can take and you play around with this and you'll do what you want to with it. But you can move that so that it highlights different parts, such as this. Could you see that? But as you're building, you play with that. But once you've put your email address in, then you have a funnel that's already designed. And then once you go to that funnel and set up your email campaign, the campaign is started. Next, you only need someone to click on your QR code. Now, we'll develop a QR code for you here. And the email campaign is set up for any funeral home, any business in the country. The email campaign is very simple, and it does all the work again for you. But here, let's select the new project, Bob's Auto. I put that in earlier. I run an auto shop. I don't have a website, yada, yada, yada. The abandoned cart sequence is something that will continue the emails. You have an abandoned cart sequence, or you have a news broadcast. News broadcast is when you just want to send an email out to everybody that's in your database. And that could be anything. But if you do a news broadcast, something very canny happens, and I'll show you. But it gives you a direct relation to what you're doing with today's marketplace. Hold on. For now, let's go with the abandoned cart sequence. You get a chance to write or determine exactly how you want the message to come out, what the tone would be, the length of the message, whether you want it very long, very short, the call to action, purpose, I repair cars, purchase, sign up, schedule a call, buy your ticket, reserve your seat, start your free trial. If I'm a auto repair shop, I'll say call us. Call Ghostbusters. Should emails mention price? No, I don't want to put price in there. No emojis. Some people like emojis. If you do, so be it. I always like to say easy, instant. Those are emotions that really do resonate with a lot of people. So now we're generating from simple language. I run an auto repair shop named Bob's Auto, and I want to send some emails out. You set a funnel, and now you need some emails to go out. Whatever your business might be. The funnel is set up for new customers, but you can also put your existing customers into your funnel. And you can send a different type of message to your new customers because, again, you can build as many funnels as necessary. So your present customers may be put in a different funnel where you got a different level of conversation going on. Thank you for doing business with me. This is what we're doing for the holidays. Here are some suggestions that come from here. Here are some suggestions that come from there. Things of that nature that you just send an email out on. Long as you're making contact, you're communicating with bold opportunities for them to call your number back. But let's take a look at what we've developed here. Bob's. Don't leave your ride hanging. And as you can see, 3 days later, 5 days later, last call to ignite your vehicle's potential. Offer a special. This is going to conclude our training for today. I'm going to take the rest of this time to just take questions and get some answers out there. I know you have quite a few questions, and I'm looking forward to answering those questions. Thank you guys for coming on. If you want to jump off now, feel free to do so. But now I'll take the first question. Let me look here in this chat. Wow.